1948. Okay, 1948, the end of the war, the generals have a ceasefire between Jordan and Israel. They sit down right by the hotel where you're going to have your farewell dinner in Jerusalem. Okay, there's a road there, it's called the Hebron Road, it's called the Seam. And they sit down there, they pull out a map on the floor of this shot out, blown out building, and they take a thick green marker and they say, this is the line, that side's yours here, this is ours, and this is the green line. Okay, that became known as the green line. We just crossed over in the green line, so we are now in Samaria. Okay, we are in Samaria right now. And if you continue south, you'll get into Judea. And together, Judea and Samaria are part of the land that is known as, by some people, the West Bank. The West Bank of what? Okay, so to the left is east. Okay, this to the right is west. If you go over the mountains, go over the sea, you're going to go back home. Okay, go over this way, you're going to go into Jordan and Iraq and Iran, everything like that. Okay, so east, west. Okay, so if it's the West Bank, it's the West Bank of Jordan. Okay, so is this part of Jordan and the Arab lands? Or is it Judea and Samaria, the land that God gave to the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? I think I was talking about covenantal theology a couple years ago when we started our trip. And the covenant, the Abrahamic covenant, included the lands. It was part of the land of Israel was given to the descendants of Abraham, not Ishmael, but Isaac, and not Esau, but Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what? I'm not trying to get political. I'm getting biblical. And it just is. And I believe that anyone that believes that Jesus died for your sins, was buried, and rose again on the third day as a new creation, and according to Ephesians, is part of the commonwealth of Israel, okay, and part of the covenants and promises of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, one God for all people that believe in him, okay. Now, this land is, in my eyes, is Samaria, and Judea, not the West Bank. And so it's a very political issue. I'm not trying to get political. I'm trying to give information. As not to, I'm not, people come, you have to be it's very a sensitive thing to talk about, because many people don't even know that it's even a political issue. How do you even refer to this land? And the wall, that we're going to see in different places that separate, the West Bank, Judea, and Samaria from Israel proper. Really, how do you even talk about these things? Even what do you call that wall? Is it the barrier? The barrier wall. It can be very political, and there's trips that will go to these places, and so you can see the Palestinian view, or you can go to some of the Israeli settlements and see the Israeli settlers' view. I mean, there are very political. There are some trips that will be very, left-wing political, and some trips will be very right-wing political, and some that people want to see both sides of everything. Really, who are even the Palestinian people, if you really want to get down to it? There was never, even between 1948 and 1967, when they could have had a state here, and they didn't create a state. There was never a Palestinian people, and so it's very. I'm not trying to get political or anything like that. I try to stay biblical, But we are in Judea and Samaria, or the West Bank, which is divided into 3 areas. All of this area that we're looking at, over those mountains over here to your left, that's Jordan, okay? And down in the valley, at the bottom of this valley, that's the Jordan River. Right in this valley, that's Jordan River. So off to our left, down the valley, Jordan River, okay? So everything in this area is either Area A, Area B, or Area C, okay? What is the difference between Area A, Area B, and Area C? Area A, easy way to remember it, is A for Arab, okay? What that means that the Arabs that live here, they have control, both civil and military. Okay, now it's in the state, it's still all within the state of Israel, the borders of the land of Israel. It's the heartland. Matter of fact, all of the biblical stories with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, it all happened. Joshua, that's all happened in Judea and Samaria. So it's really the heartland of Israel, the land of Israel. Okay, right now it's divided into, so the Arab, over 1 million Arabs live in this part of the country, and Area A is controlled by Arab civil and Arab military. Even though the Israeli IDF army has ultimate, rule over the whole land, they've given the PA, the Palestinian Authority, they've given them control to be their own police. So they military, police, and civil, their own laws, their own rules, their own all that. Okay, that's Area A. All of the Arab villages, Jenin and Ramallah and Shechem, Nablus and Bethlehem and Jericho, all of the small places, all of those Arab villages, they're all in Area A. Okay, I, as a Jewish person with an Israeli passport, am not allowed to go into Area A. I'm not allowed. In my own land, I'm not allowed to go in there. Okay? Kind of crazy. That's the law. Okay? I'm giving you the law, and then I'll tell you what we actually do. Area B. What is Area B? Area B for both. Or either, I guess. But Area B is the Arab civil, Jewish police. Okay? Area C is Jewish settlement, all the Jewish settlements. The settlers, the real Zionistic, many times religious Jewish people that say, well, this is the land that God gave to the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. We're going to set up our settlement. We're going to live here. And we don't care if we're going to get attacked and we have to fight. And there's a lot of Jewish settlements and very Zionist Jewish people that live in settlements throughout all of Judea and Samaria. Okay, that's Area C. Okay, now all of the roads throughout all of the main roads, like the road we're on right now, we are in Area C right now. Even though if you look to your left, this is the wall. Okay, it's not a wall, obviously here, but other places it's a wall. Most of it, it's not a wall. But look at, you see there's a trail, like a path alongside. So that fence, that's the fence. Okay, with that path on this side of it, which is swept clean, and then we have cameras all up and down here, an electric, non-electric fence, like getting zapped, but touch it, and our military intelligence knows exactly what touched it and where, and the cameras and the drones and the satellites are reading what you're reading right now. And they know every movement of every single thing. We have so we have a whole scene going on, and the Bedouins that are attached to the military, to the Israeli IDF, who are master trackers. They go up and down this trail here with Israeli army, and they can read any footprints, anyone that possibly crossed over. And there are certain places that, you know, people, they'll try to cross over, and we have different times in history. But since Israel built the wall and put this fence, we have cut down terrorist infiltration by over 90%. So